Today I'm going to be discussing the stomach as well as the entire digestive system. The stomach is one of 11 organs within the digestive system that each have their own unique functions. The stomach works with the 10 other organs in the body to perform unique duties within digestion. This allows individuals to live a balanced life and all humans to function. Inside the body, there are two categories of the digestive system. One is referred to as the alimentary tract, which is also known as the gastrointestinal tract. The gastrointestinal tract is comprised of 30 feet from the mouth all the way where waste exits the body at the anus. Some of the organs that are included in this system are the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. Each of these organs has their own unique duties throughout the digestive system. There are other organs that are related to the digestive system but are not necessarily classified as part of the digestive system. Some of these organs include the teeth, the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. I'll explain a little bit more on those later. There are three main functions of the digestive system. These occur by allowing you to eat and drink on a daily basis. That is the first function. Once food enters the body, it can be broken down into smaller particles. This is the second function. Food being broken down is vital to the digestive system so it can perform its final duty, which is absorption of nutrients. If your body did not gain nutrients through digestion, it would be pointless to eat or drink food. This nutrition gives energy such as sugar, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals to the rest of your body by traveling through the bloodstream. The bloodstream has tissues that allow for important enzymes such as proteins, sugars, vitamins, and minerals to be transferred to other organs in the body. Once nutrients is absorbed, there is still waste byproduct that must be processed. It cannot stay in the body and is processed through the large intestine. This is where feces begins its descent out of the human body. I'm going to use the example if you were to eat a chicken sandwich or maybe a cheeseburger or even curried lentils. I'm going to explain to you exactly what happens when you eat something. First, food is converted into three micromolecules, such as carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and lipids. Once food enters the body, it does so through your mouth. Your teeth are used to break food down into small particles. Then, chemicals are released through the salivary glands of the mouth. These help carbohydrates and sugars to become small. They are converted to what are called disaccharides. Disaccharides are a good basic understanding of the breakdown of these sugars. Once this is all broken down within the mouth, the food is then processed into what's called a bolus. The bolus is a slimy ball of matter that can easily go down the esophagus. Once the bolus has traveled down the esophagus, it arrives at the stomach. These proteins are again mixed throughout the stomach. I like to imagine the stomach as a big 3D mixing bowl. This is exactly what the stomach does as it mixes and blends all of the different matter throughout the stomach. The lining of the stomach produces gastric juice. If you were to look and analyze gastric juice, you would find that it is comprised of water and hydrochloric acid. This gastric juice is essential to the function of the stomach. This allows for enzymes to be broken down within the stomach and be converted into peptides. Peptides are extremely important to the well-being of the digestive system. The peptides allow for proteins to remain in the body over a longer period of time. If you were to eat something that was very low in protein and high in water and sugar, it would digest through your system extremely quickly. This is because your body does not have a need for this protein to stay in your body, because protein is what allows your body to receive energy. Once the matter has exited the stomach, it goes through the pyloric sphincter. The pyloric sphincter is attached to the small intestine. This is a very vital part to the digestive system. The small intestine is connected to the duodenum and has valves leading to the liver and another valve leading to the gallbladder. These two organs collect bile and use a specific chemical called pancreatic acidic juice. Again, this process happens within the small intestine. This occurs right before the matter is about to be processed into feces. The matter needs to undergo more processes to become smaller and to be broken down. This occurs through peptides and lipids. These are referred to as amino acids. Amino acids are collected when sugars have not yet been processed. These amino acids, or aminochemicals, are extremely important and are used vitally within the small intestine. So like I was saying earlier, if you were to eat a cheeseburger, it is incredible to see that it is broken down into such micromolecules and then converted into energy. It's fascinating that your body has the ability for all of these functions. Like I was saying earlier about the small intestine helps for sugars, fats, amino acids, and proteins to go throughout the body. The small intestine then is connected to the duodenum, the jejunum, the ileum, all within the small intestine. These contain what are called villi. The villi allow for the nutrients to be absorbed into the bloodstream. Again, these nutrients are classified as fats, proteins, amino acids. These travel through the jejunum and the ileum, and they are vital. Once they have traveled through these, they undergo traveling to the large intestine. The ileum, within the ileum, there are no villi. There is no more absorption of any enzymes. The ileum also does not absorb any water. The large intestine is what absorbs majority of the water within your body. Finally, once matter has gone through the large intestine, it must exit the body. The waste cannot remain in the body, or this is detrimental to the health of the digestive system as well as the individual. Once traveled through the small intestine, the matter must travel through the cecum. The small intestine and the large intestine are connected through the cecum. The cecum is also connected to the vermiform appendix, also more commonly known as the appendix. Some individuals may or may not have their appendix. There is no vital function of the appendix, and it is very unknown as to why the human body has an appendix. So after the cecum, the next organ that is connected is the colon, then the rectum, and finally the anus. When feces has to travel through the colon, there are different chambers at which it travels through. The first portion of the colon is along the right side of the body and is called the ascending colon. Feces travels in an upward motion and then circles around to the descending colon, parallel to the ascending colon. The feces finally makes its journey through the sigmoid colon, which is in an S shape. The sigmoid colon then leads into the rectum. This allows feces to move from the colon into the rectum. Along the sigmoid colon, The layers are extremely unique and unlike any portion of the colon. The layers are ribbed and allow for absorption of any water that had not gotten digested throughout the digestive process. The large intestine has bacteria in it. Like I said earlier, water is absorbed mainly within the large intestine. The large intestine produces bacteria. This bacteria is extremely useful to the body and is used to produce vitamin D and vitamin K. This vitamin D and vitamin K allows for cardiovascular health and prevention of blood clots. This also helps to keep proteins and sugars balanced. Without the small intestine, our body would have severe issues. So back to what I was explaining about the rectum. Once matter, such as feces, has gone through the sigmoid colon, it then enters the rectum. Once the rectum is full, the walls of the rectum expand. These nerves then send messages to the brain to signal to an individual that they need to defecate. Feces is then traveled to the anus, where it will soon begin its descent out of the body. The anus has 2 rings within it. The first is an internal ring, and then the most external ring is referred to as the external ring. Every individual has muscle control over these 2 rings. These are what allow feces to exit the body and allow for defecation.